If the Uggs is out, that means soup season has commenced. It's your girl Jennio.Vittles, and come with me so we can hook up this delicious lasagna soup. So let's get right into it. First things first, in a pot, you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Into the pot with the oil, you are going to chop 1 large onion. I have 1 white onion, and you're going to add it to your pan. Pot, whatever. We're going to give these a little mixy mix until they start to get fragrant. We're not going to cook them all the way, just until they start to get translucent for just a few minutes. I'm going to season with just a teaspoon of salt. Okay, now that that's cooked down some, I'm going to add my meat. Sorry, it's foggy, you guys. I'm going to be using 1 pound of the sweet Italian sausage. To the same pot, I also am going to add 1 pound of ground beef. And then I'm going to mix this all together to get it brown. Okay, it's coming together nicely. Once I get it broken down, I'm going to let it brown, and then I'll break it down just a little more. And I do have my heat on a medium-high right now. It's cooking down. I'm going to come in with a tablespoon of minced garlic. If you have it fresh, that's better. If you got a cheaper cut of beef and you have a lot of excess oil, once you brown it, make sure that you drain your meat first before continuing on with the soup, because otherwise it'll be very greasy, oily. All right, time to season it. I'm gonna first start with a little bit of rosemary, onion powder. I would say about 2 tablespoons, or your desired taste. Garlic powder. Yes, it's heavy because I want it to come through in the soup. A little black pepper. A tablespoon of this 21 seasoning salute. Give this a try in here. Hopefully it adds a little something. We're going to throw in some Italian seasoning. And for a little extra flavor, a little something extra, we're going to use some of this smokehouse maple. It's going to really heighten the soup. Like that little sweetness to the soup. Okay? And we're going to mix this all together. Now, I like to double season because I got the meat that was on top. I'm going to use the exact same seasonings again one more time on the top and then mix it in one more time. I'm going to be using jarred marinara today. We're going to mix this in. Okay, mix that together. And then I'm going to add just a few sun-dried tomatoes. This is the brand that I like to use. And I'm just going to use just maybe about 3 or 4. Next up, I'm going to be adding 1 whole container of beef broth. I have less sodium, but if you want to get it regular, you can. I just want to control the saltiness of my soup, so that's why I use less sodium. Ooh-wee, if you could just smell this here, I know it's gonna be bussin'. Do y'all watch My Crazy Korean Cooking? I think that's the channel with the dad who the mom and dad are always trying new dishes, but the dad, he's always like, bussin'. I love those videos. I need to send him some cookies so I can hear him say that. Because we all know that they gonna bust. We're gonna let this sit on a medium heat just for a few minutes. I'm going to be adding about a tablespoon of tomato paste, maybe 2 tablespoons, just to thicken it up a little, because I am going to put heavy cream in here as well. I did not have any fresh basil, but I do have dried basil, so I'm going to add a couple pinches of that in here. This has been simmering for a bit, so now I'm going to add in my heavy whipping cream. Give that a mix. I want y'all to know how heavenly my house smells right now. I also have roasted garlic in the oven for homemade garlic bread. Listen, if you could just eat through the phone, I will let everybody have a sniff and a bowl, because my God, this is gonna be delicious. We're about to add some cheese, and I don't want to hear nobody's mouth on this next part, because this is what we doing. We're gonna put a little Velveeta cheese in here, okay? To get the cheesiness going. Yes, I'm gonna put some other good stuff in here in just a second, but we are gonna put a little Velveeta in here, and we're gonna like it. We're gonna be quiet about it because yes, we know it's processed, but guess what? We still having it. Okay? Thank you. So I have a little leftover mozzarella and a little bit of Swiss and Gruyere, so I'm gonna add that to our soup as well. This is gonna be so rich, creamy, cheesy, definitely like a hug from the inside out. Okay, next, the last step we need to do is add our lasagna noodles, and then we're gonna let it vibe out, and then we're gonna plate it up. Okay, I've broken my pasta into pieces like this. I'm just gonna start to add them to the soup. Okay, we got our finished result right here. We're ready to plate up. Let me show y'all this bomb garlic bread I just made, homemade. Okay, recipe is already posted. Getting back to the soup, we about to plate up and dig in. Okay, our soup's all plated up. I'm gonna add our ricotta cheese that I mixed with a little pesto, basil, and cheese, which I will put in a different video. I'm gonna put that on top with some fresh basil, and then we're gonna get into it.